Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we're doing our gardening today. As far as Melinda picked some of her beans, and she was going to give some of these away. And I told her, we need to start preparing for when the garden's gone, and it's off season. And that's part of having a homestead, being self-sufficient, is not only harvesting from the garden while you're growing it, but saving some of it for throughout the year. And she's like, oh shoot, I forgot about that, because she was actually wanting to do that. So we got out our vacuum sealer and we started sealing up about what we would need at a meal each time for these beans. We still got some more in the sink and make use of that vacuum sealer. Of course, she also wrote in the dates there on it as well. So we're going to start trying to see what we can freeze that is a freezable item. Some things you can't freeze, and save for our garden throughout the year. If y'all know some things that we can freeze out there, or our methods on it, we would appreciate any advice. Comment to us, tell us how you all do it. Myself, I prefer to stay away from a lot of canning, because I don't want all the sugars
And
the vinegars. Yeah.
Canning was not really good.
Yeah, we just go ahead.
So the canning and the jamming like that, preservative, it's not healthy. So even me too, I prefer to vacuum seal it and freeze.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So that's our method. But you tell us your method out there. We want to hear from you guys what y'all do. We may learn something here, and that's why we have this vlog, is not only sharing what we do, but learning from you all as well. Isn't that right, Mel?
That's right.
And we're always looking for tips. And I tell you, y'all been some great subscribers. We really learn. And we hope that we can keep learning more. So we're about to go out here with Mel to her garden. But we're going to do a little update and show you the cucumbers that she's running up on the fence right now in our yard. She's using it like a trellis. And they're really running up it here too. And this is your loafa right here, right, Melinda?
Yeah, it's
I mean, look, they've already run all the way up and starting to grab around the top of the fence there.
I have some few there also.
It's pretty cool. Let me show you from the other side as well. Here it is from the other side. You can see it's nice to run these up like that, because they really grab a hold and tie themselves onto the fence here. And as well, here the loafa does the same thing. It's amazing. These plants, it shows how smart they are. All the wondrous creations of God. It's pretty cool. So what you got growing down here, Mel?
I plant ginger here. You see that one?
Oh, you already got ginger sprouting through, huh? Yeah, I see another one growing right there as well.
Here and there,
Oh, that's pretty cool. And that's another pecan came up here, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so I need to transfer that one into a pot. So we're going to ride on down and look at her garden. Check this out. Look at this garden that one person does. One person. I admit, it's not me. I'm not helping her. I have my own things going on. And Melinda, this is her hobby, her garden. She works this alone. One magical person. Super long. This garden's like, it has to be every bit of maybe 80 feet long down there. It would have to be every bit of 80 feet long and 40 foot wide right here. It is huge. And this is only one of 3 places that she's growing. Plus all these other little small random places, plus in pots.
Yep.
I mean, everywhere she's growing stuff. And she does this alone. It is amazing. Just look at this garden here.
This Swiss chard, they're growing crazy. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Look, hey, look at these onions growing. I mean onions. I'm so sorry. Look at these carrots growing underneath here. Look here, man. They are growing. Man, look how healthy. How healthy. We have been getting beans.
Yeah, different kind of beans.
Yes. Of course, there's a little sacrifice to the bugs, but hey.
Recently, that the worm really like to eat this one.
But they got to eat too, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's life, you know.
We had this subscriber that wrote us and said that the Indians say to plant. I hope I get this right. Our subscriber out there that told us this, but said that the Indians say to plant one for the birds, one for the worms, and one for themselves.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree for that.
That was how the Indians did it. That's pretty cool, and I really like learning that. That's something else I gained from YouTube, is some old wisdom that other people share with us out there.
That's very true.
Look at this.
Look at these purple beans.
Yeah, purple holes.
Yeah, purple hole. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at here. Look at this. She's been picking these, and we're freezing them, saving them for when there's no garden and it's off season. Look at these tomato plants.
Of course, I'm so excited to show my tomatoes.
These tomato plants. Look at this. Wow. All different varieties of tomatoes. But man, just rows, long rows of tomatoes. All down through here. All different varieties of tomatoes. This is a true garden to be proud of, especially for one person. I'm telling you, when Melinda first came here from the Philippines, she killed all of my plants. She come in and killed everything that I had been growing for years. And I scolded her for it, and I was upset because they had become kind of like my babies, you know. And I'm like, you killed my babies. I've had them for years. But she had such a yearning to want to grow something on her own and to learn about growing, that's the best way. Get out there and make some mistakes, right? Right?
You're learning your mistakes.
But man, she dug in and she started reading and she started talking to people, and including myself and her friends, and taking advice. And the next thing you know, she is growing stuff everywhere. And this is, once again, this is a huge garden. This thing may be longer than 80 feet. And she is doing all of this on her own. And this is only one of 3 gardens. I guess we need to take time and share the others later. Now her corn is suffering a little bit because we had some super strong storms to come through here. And it laid it all down. But I told her, give it time, and it will stand back up. But it's making ears of corn.
Yeah, they're making good.
Yeah, there's nice ears of corn going on.
Healthy.
Even those laying down. We have corn growing in one other place as well. And she actually does have it seeded there as a block instead of a straight row. Okra, oh my God, man, we're gonna have enough okra to feed a lot of people. But once again, it's something we can freeze. This is a girl that this is her first time to grow a full-blown garden like this.
Man, my tomato was really a lot though.
I mean, she's grown stuff in pots, and we grew a little tiny garden together before. But this is the first time that she's took it on as a full garden. And I'm proud for her, I tell you. But I want to share something else with you all real quick before it goes away. Look at this sunset. Look at that. Let me get out of there. Look at that. It's beautiful. Probably the camera probably don't even catch it like the naked eye does. The clouds are beautiful. The wind really did a number down here on her corn. For you out there that are looking to grow a garden, remember this, like we were already discussing. Don't just think about now. If you're trying to homestead and you're trying to self-sustain, I'm kind of reiterating myself, but I'm going to say it again. think about when it's off season, and if you're still wanting to enjoy the things that you harvest from your garden, you need to look at dehydrating. You need to look at vacuum sealing and freezing. You need to look at canning if you enjoy canning or want to learn about it. Well, then there's a challenge as well. Learn about canning. For us, as we already said from when we shot the video this morning of doing a little vacuum sealing, ourselves, we're trying to avoid too much sugar and too much salts, which is a lot of times both of those are involved in canning. Some people really like to have the canned vegetables, but for me, I had just rather vacuum seal if I can, and maybe dehydrate some stuff or sun dry it, you know. Oh my God, Texas heat's coming on. We could dehydrate outside so easy.
Yep.
In Melinda's country, they lay stuff outside everywhere, dehydrating it, including fish, including salting fish and preserving it. And it's pretty cool. You can even just lay a little bit of like a light colored or clear colored screen over it if you want to keep like the insects off and all. Lay it like on a hot piece of tin metal underneath it, out in the direct sunlight, and let nature do the work instead of spending money with the electric company. I've seen that works as good as anything. They'll come raise the screen every once in a while, shuffle it around a little bit, you know, turn it and cover it back up and go back in. And then when the evening time comes, before moisture hits the air, they grab it up, put it in a bag. Maybe they're going to bring it back out again the next day after the morning moisture burns off out of the air. Not all parts of the country can do that. Y'all don't get hot enough, but here in Texas we can. We've got some sweltering heat coming on that we would definitely be able to do that. I remember my grandmother, we had an apple tree in her garden, which was right up here by our house. It was a garden even bigger than this one that she worked alone. Man, don't think that people can't just be amazing. She worked an even bigger garden than this alone, and sometimes my granddad helped her. And there was a big apple tree, and she would take those apples and harvest them, and she would slice them, and she would lay them on cookie sheets and get up and put them on the edge of the barn on the hot tin. And no flies or insects bothered it because it was so hot up there. Nothing bothered what she was dehydrating. And she dehydrated apples, and she dehydrated her peaches that she grew, numerous things, and bagged it up just using the sun. She didn't own no equipment like these, you know, electric and Air Force dehydrators. Man, I remember she would take a nap. She'd take a nap and she'd have all that stuff on the barn. And when those would dehydrate down some, they would have this like nice sweetness to them. You know, it was like it was condensing the sugars in there. And she'd wake up from her afternoon nap and come check to see if they need to be turned. And a raccoon named James had got up there and ate half of a tray. I would go with her to her garden, and oh my goodness, I would attack her porter tomatoes. Man, those little small porter tomatoes, if you guys don't know them, look them up. They are delicious. I'm looking up the sun again. Check this out. I wish it could pick up as well as, oh, there it goes. Look at that. So beautiful right there. So beautiful. So if you don't know the porter tomatoes, they're small, kind of like cherry tomatoes, but maybe a little bit more oblong, just a little. Wonderful flavor. Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you, it is best that she kept me and the rabbits out of the garden. I would go in there, I would be plucking carrots, cleaned them off right out there at the well near there. There was a cherry tree. I would be getting those cherries. Man, I tell you, I ate good as a kid. What you doing down here, Mo?
Harvest my red radish.
Radishes, radishes, radishes. Look here. These tomato plants are really great. I probably have to get down here pretty soon. She don't have enough of these. I'll probably have to maybe, what do y'all think? Put some stakes down at each end of these rows of tomatoes for her, and maybe take some of my hay bale and twine and string in between those stakes that she can weave these tomatoes on. Do you think that's a good idea? Y'all tell me. Let me know out there. Because as we know, these tomatoes getting this big, the plants will start breaking down. That might be a good idea. If y'all have better ideas, tell me. Something simple, something that we can not have to spend a lot of money on. We like to do this off repurposing things, using things we already have. Share your ideas. Another thing, I know tomatoes love sun, right? But they also seem to get beat up under this super hot Texas sun. So should we maybe spread those stakes out across these tomatoes and put some type of material or a screen or something for shading up over the top of these tomatoes? Give me your suggestions on that too, so I can help Melinda out with this.
Soon we're going to harvest our onion and the potato, right?
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah. We're gonna peel those potatoes up. Man, you've got a lot of beans you need to pick now. You need to pick this whole
I
row.
need that one though. I need to pick that one. But you know, it's too much for me to pick.
She's been wanting me to come help her in the garden, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not trying to be a bad husband or lazy. My hands are full. I have my brother that I'm helping, and Melinda comes up there and helps with him as well. I mean, she does.
Yeah,
She does. I'm not.
It's not the only one I work. You know.
Yeah.
I have still a lot of work to do.
But I'm having to, deal with the nurses and doctors and the people that bathe him and stuff, and just coordinate, and I'm having to deal with his care and business, beyond his physical care, also his financials. You caretakers out there know what I mean. Plus maintain our own stuff at the same time, and we own some rental properties, and I have to deal with that as well. So then I farm and deal with the cattle as well. We lost a calf today. We don't know what killed it. It was another loss for us, and I felt like that maybe if I could have watched them a little bit better right now, maybe I wouldn't have lost that calf, but who knows? Sometimes nature happens and we can't help it. So Mel and I, we're about to get in. I'm gonna try to get this video put together for you guys. Before I get off here, I want to show you something else. Not long ago, I cut my hayfield, right? Right now I've rolled over 200 something bales and about to start again on more. But look at the field that I've already cut. Look at that. It's already at least 24 to 30 inches tall. That is amazing. Look at this field. This is a field that I've already cut and baled. And I had hoped that I would get second cuttings. Man, I think these second cuttings are going to be cleaner and nicer than the first cutting. Beautiful. Look at that. Do you see any weeds much in there or anything? It is so clean. So we're going to get off here. Melinda's going to carry me on her chariot.
Yes, with my BMW.
Hey, I'd rather have this than a BMW. I'll tell you that right now. Any day, give me a four-wheeler over a BMW. Yeah, BMW. What does that mean? Break my window? Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. Hey, y'all tell me, what does BMW stand for in your book? And keep it clean, because I know one of them that's not too nice. Y'all, thanks again for watching our goofy little videos. Please like, share, and comment.
Subscribe.
That's right.